welcome to the Game Corner, another video game podcast. My name is Harrison. You might know me online as Ixen, and I am joined by my friend. That's what I say at the end. Oh, whatever. Anyway, who are you?
I'm Sheldon. Might know me as Captain Unova.
Sorry, I flipped the script a little bit there. We are still down a Mocha, down a Rowan today. He's off traveling, doing something fun, I'm sure.
Yep.
So you guys are stuck with just us again.
So we can ramble more.
Oh yeah. How you been, boy?
Good, man. Been doing pretty good. Work, school, holidays, all that good stuff.
Yeah, for those of you who do not know this, which is everyone except the two of us, we are recording like an hour late because Mr. Sheldon over here is trying to better himself and do school work or something.
I know. I kind of got in the groove. I didn't want to stop and then come do this and then go back to
Honestly,
it. So
I can appreciate that. That's how it goes. You start doing something again. I mean, school. I don't envy you for doing that.
No,
doing more schooling.
It's not too bad because it's mostly like kind of like art school kind of stuff. So
Sure.
It's a little different than traditional. Like my wife's going back for her master's, and that is what I do not envy.
Yeah,
she has like research papers and theses and stuff.
If I go back to school, I'm going back for my master's in engineering, and that's just gonna be a pain.
Yep.
So nope, not doing that one. At least not anytime soon. Because that takes away from my time to do really good content like the Game Corner.
Oh
wait. Anywho, that's my excuse for putting off school. Yeah, you said earlier that we were rambling last episode, and we're gonna ramble again now, and we're gonna ramble about how we were completely wrong last episode. So that's all fun. Oh, did you? Where'd you go?
So Discord decided to take a break.
Can you hear me? Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the one that left me on my end. You just like Discord does not like stuff sometimes.
Yeah. So, the fun little edit we had last time, and this apparently happens. Yeah, it happens like so many episodes. It should be a meme at this point. But your computer did just like freeze or or
my whole computer like
it
wasn't happy
because I was like, ooh, maybe I have his recording, and then when you sent me a recording, it didn't stop, which is very nice. But like it just basically like one single frame for your face the whole time, and then like blips of sound every so often, and then you just came back, and I was like, okay, which made editing that much easier than I was afraid it was gonna be. Anywho, yeah, so we recorded last week's episode, and talked about what we were hoping Series 1 would be, and then the next day or so, Series 1 stealth dropped on home.
Yeah, it was kind of
it was
odd how
anything.
it did that. I know, like that was very odd how it did it.
I was so mad because I was like I had tweet notifications on for Play Pokemon, or I always do. They were talking about like LAIC, I think at the time, or whatever it was, or some events that was going on, and I'm like, you couldn't have like just thrown in a tweet about the rules being out or something? Like, come on, y'all. That would have been just so convenient, but no, they couldn't do that.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yep. So, we have rules. We've been playing with them for, by the time this episode comes out, a week. But, just in case you're unaware, Scarlet and Violet Series 1 rule set will go from December 2nd to January 31st. So, they're about 2 months. It is the regional decks, except... Oh, I just had the rules up. Where'd they go? I had something that actually said it well. Regional decks except for the legendaries, the Paradox Mon. Let's see. Yeah, no Paradox, no Koraidon or Miraidon. None of the Charizard line, and nothing that you can get There's no Galarian, Meowth, Berserker, Wooper, or Quagsire, which I think you can get by doing some funky breeding.
Trade. Oh, is it breeding?
I think you can do it with
You can
breeding.
get one in game, can't you?
What?
You can get one in game, can't you?
Oh, I don't know. I
The
never haven't
Meowth.
done that.
At least the Meowth, I think.
That yeah, so,
Yeah.
oh, there's probably an NPC that trades it. That makes sense. I
Yeah.
just haven't done that. Yep. So those mon. So everything else is legal. So basically, kind of the base regional decks, which is great. Yeah, I mean it's bittersweet. I was hoping for Paradoxmon at least, and I was really hoping for Charizard, which I just because mainly for the memes.
Because it's Charizard.
Just it's Charizard, right? Like we've like it might be Stockholm syndrome at this point, but like I kind of miss Charizard. But
I miss I've been missing Dynamax. I will say.
wow,
that.
yeah, that's a spicy take. Oh, that's
I have
fun.
been missing it. Oh, but speaking of that, just one last Dynamax thing. I did play in the Malamar Games finals over the last week, and I won. Ended Professor Walnut's undefeated run quite promptly.
We are talking to a Squid Games champion here, folks.
Squid Games champion. I'm the only one left alive, so you won't see anyone else from that ever again.
Yeah, Professor Walnut. Oh man, it was nice knowing him.
Yeah, I'm sorry I had to go that way, but
Hey, I mean, if it was the reverse, I'd be talking to Walnut right now, not you. So, you know,
true.
it could have been interesting. Could have been a nice change to the podcast.
Yeah, but it was a fun match. It was a good send off to Sword and Shield because we had.
You streamed that, right?
I did.
So
stream it.
Do you have that footage?
Yes, I can get it together.
Are you going to?
Yes. But it was
He says
series
with
12.
confidence.
It was series 12 rules, but you could only bring one Pokemon from each generation.
That's right.
So I basically built Rinya Sun.
Yeah, what was your team? Because I know you're talking about Rinya Sun, and I was like, that doesn't exactly work that way.
So
we
I
were talking about it in
had
Discords and whatnot, but I was like,
So I had my Gen 1 was Charizard. Gen 3 I had Groudon. Gen 4 I had Gastrodon.
Okay.
Gen 5 I had Thundurus because I couldn't use it for Gen 8 because I had Zacian. And then I had Incineroar.
Oh yeah, that works out pretty nicely. That's
Yeah.
Rinya Sun.
Yeah, so I just swapped the Grimmsnarl for a Thundurus.
The Thunderous. Yeah, that's not that bad at all. Actually, that's very close.
Yeah, and he brought a rain team. I knew he was because he's always been a big fan of Kyogre. So I was like, okay, I need to bring the sun. Like,
sure. Do you have like did you have what's like access to his like? Do y'all have each other's like records, right? Like what you played before in previous games.
I can probably pull that up. It'd take me a little bit to compile it, but
Yeah, I mean just access to it, right? It's like you said he likes rain. Was he doing a lot of rain stuff for all of Malamar and whatnot?
I don't know if he did for all of Malamar, but I just knew going into a Series 12 match, I was like, he's bringing Kyogre.
I see. Sure.
So we had to end it on a Kyogre versus Groudon battle there. And
And as much as I like Rinya Sun and that team, I am sad that Kyogre did not take the W there. I am a Kyogre stan. I like Rain. As much as I think I played more. I played a lot of Rain actually at the end of Series 12. So yeah, no.
Yeah, Kyogre was good.
Actually, I played a lot of Mocha's dog water team. That's what I was doing.
Oh yeah. Oh, I loved it. He had some good teams.
Yeah.
That regional team of his.
That was dog water, right?
Yeah.
That was a fun team. Speaking of teams, Series 1's been out. I know you've done a lot of Showdown on that. I've been slow to jump on this train. Really it's decision paralysis. I looked at a lot of videos from like Pokesports. I looked at some pastes that were shared in our Discords. And then I finally just threw together a team today, and it's not been too bad. What have you been playing?
A lot of everything.
Good.
So I've just been jamming about anything that catches my eye. I mean, it's the beginning of the format.
Sure.
And it's hard for me to find, I guess, something that kind of fits how I like to, because I like to play where I know my calcs. I like to know what.
I mean, you say no calcs. It's still early to know calcs. I feel for this game
it is,
right
and
now.
I'm just playing around. Like I'll do something, I'll win a couple games. Like, oh, that felt all right. All right, now what's next?
Yeah.
So I've been doing that whole fun thing. But I mean, I've been trying out everything. Some of the things like I started out with Armor Rouge just like I did before even the rules dropped. I was using that. Kind of got bored with that. So, I mean, what else have I been using? Dragapult. I still think Dragapult is very good.
You pulled out the Pult. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What are you pairing Dragapult with? Because the next section of what we're talking about, I don't know that I saw Dragapult on this list, but that's a spoiler for what's coming up.
Yeah, I don't think it.
It's not high usage.
Not at all, which is crazy to me because I feel like it's not even on here. No one even brought it.
Wow.
Yeah. But also, I think probably one of the Pokemon I think is probably one of the better ones right now, and I don't even see it that high on here either, is Hariyama. I think Hariyama right now is super good too. That's been that's something I've been kind of slapping on about any team when I start building like that and Amoonguss. Like those two just kind of instantly
Hariyama is on that list.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Well
oh no, I see Dragapult now. Dragapult's at number 28.
Oh,
it's above Hariyama.
Okay. I was gonna say that doesn't sound right that there was no Dragapult in one pavilion.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But there's a lot to kind of go over, actual first impressions of the start of the VGC format.
Yeah. So yeah. But stop talking about our B segment. Go on for for your showdown experience.
Yes.
Dragapult. What are you pairing Dragapult with?
So Hariyama, of course.
Sure.
So one of the things I've liked about it, like lead, because one thing you'll see a lot too is like Indeedee leads with like a Trick Room setter or something. Mm-hmm. I've been running a choice banded Dragapult, but usually just like a U-turn and a knockoff will KO about anything it hits.
Okay.
Like as far as those kind of leads, I've been running that Amoonguss,
Garganical. Is that last A in that Pokemon's name a long or short A?
I don't know.
Garganical or Garganical? Someone correct us in the comments below.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say it both ways until I'm told otherwise.
One of my friends got that for his playthrough, and he nicknamed it Minecraft because
it looks like something from Minecraft.
It was built in Minecraft, yeah. So we've been calling it Minecraft.
But it's fabulous. Like I love. That's like one of my favorite things, just because of how it is. Sometimes, like if you can get that thing in position.
Last week too.
Yes, I love it just because it's so much fun just to sit there. Like you can have it 3-on-1 sometimes, and it's just like, nope, I win. Like you cannot do anything to it outside of maybe a lucky crit.
Sure.
But it's just your iron defense, body press, recover, and that salt cure, which is our new like G-Max wildfire kind of move, where it's a 1/8 damage over time. So
yeah, I mean I have not played with it yet. I'll talk about my one team here in a moment that I played with. But that is something I want to build around. I do want to try and build a Garganical at some point. But it'll be pretty fun. I want to try Stall.
Yeah,
it's dirty.
Yeah, I like playing like just bulky kind of teams anyway. Usually, where I can pivot and do stuff.
That's new for me.
That's just something for me that's hard to do when I don't know really like what's going on sometimes. Because like I'll be playing and I'm like, oh well, that's new. So then I have to kind of consider whatever it is I ran into. And I think probably one of the things that's probably the dumbest thing in the entire, other than the big fish Dundonzo, is Mousehold. Mousehold is insane.
Yeah, I've only lost to it because I did not have a good answer on my team for it.
It has no business doing the damage it does.
Correct. That thing's dumb. I don't like it a whole lot, and I know it's basically just a gimmick, right? Like there's no
I don't know if you could say it's a gimmick though, because I mean it has follow me. It has really good support options, but it just does so much damage with that population bomb.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's the maybe gimmick is too dismiss. How do you spell
Too
this?
harsh.
It's MAUSHOLD.
Yes.
Okay.
Like it doesn't look
Mahol.
impressive. It doesn't look impressive like on paper.
No, it doesn't. I mean, like
75 base attack, I think,
and 111 speed.
but the speed's good. That's what does it, is the speed.
Yeah.
But with a 75 attack, it does so much damage with population bomb, and because it gets technician.
So okay, I want to go over this real quick. So it does get technician. So 1.5 times power for moves that are under base 60 power. Sure.
Yep.
And then population bomb is a normal physical move, 90% accuracy, and 20 base power. It hits 10 times.
Up to 10 times.
Is it up to?
It says hits 10 times, but if it misses, the move stops once it misses.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so you don't get 10 rolls.
Okay.
As far as, unless I'm just super unlucky whenever I've had 3 hit and that's it. Like,
yeah. Well, because
so after the first miss, it's over.
Yeah, I know that the other tech for that is you put on a wide lens for it so that it doesn't miss.
Yeah.
So that you're guaranteed all 10 basically.
Yep.
So
and it hits. Because
yeah.
if you're getting hit 10% of your HP 10 times, that's 100% of your HP
that's
gone.
basic math right there. Well, I mean, you have technician. You could Terra normal onto it. So now you're doing double stab, right? So you can really. Yep. What does it end up being? That ends up being what? So 60 base power. Is that the math works out?
Yeah. Yep.
60 base power 10 times. So it is a 600 base power move. And each roll has a chance to crit, I believe. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
Like any other multi-hit move.
Yep. Yeah, so you can get 3 crits or something in those 10. Yeah, it's wild.
What do you do? So
I'll tell you the best thing, because I've lost to it because I was running mouse hold, and it's completely wrecked me, is Rocky Helmet. Each hit counts as a hit onto Rocky Helmet.
Oh, yeah, that is a double-edged sword then, isn't it?
Yep. So if you hit something with a Rocky Helmet, you're going down.
Rocky Helmet, rough skin.
Yep. Because Rocky Helmet is 1/6, so you hit something with Rocky Helmet 6 times.
You're gone.
Yeah, you KO'd yourself.
Interesting. So you have you throw an Amoongus out with rage
Rocky
powder.
Helmet.
Rocky Helmet. Oh.
Yep.
That could be fun. Okay. I mean, I was thinking the other option would be like Terra Ghost, right? It's the only thing I can really think of.
You could do some. You could do something defense. That. Yep. Exactly.
So. Yeah, that's just kind of annoying, but that is. I don't want this thing to be so popular that you have to plan for it.
Yeah.
That you have to do something like that.
I feel like you might have to though, because it has so much good utility. Like you could even, if you didn't go that route, you could do Friend Guard. It gets Friend Guard, which is a very good ability.
Yep.
And follow, it's like Clefairy.
What's the difference between Mousehold Base and Mousehold 4?
Just the number of kids they had.
Is that really all it is?
Yeah. There's one that's got 3 and there's one that's got 4. But that's the only difference.
There's no stat difference?
No.
Huh. Why?
I don't know why they have the forms on Showdown, but they do.
But also, why even have that?
Because some parents only have 1 kid, some have 2, some have twins. Like these.
I mean, I understand how that works. Okay, just. I'm not mad at it. I'm just confused. Anyway, Mousehold sucks. Wear your Rocky helmets, kids, and then you'll be good. You'll be good. I don't want to have to waste an item slot for this stupid mouse. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. It works in other things too, though. Like Rocky Helmet,
sure.
like on Amogus, has always been decent in these kind of formats, I think. So.
And there's a lot of physical attackers, which then lead normally to making contact.
Yep.
You have, I mean, I know Garchomp is a big boy. He's popular. You have, I mean, even like Dragonite's Extreme
Dragonite.
Speed. That's physical.
Annihilate.
Dragapult, Annihilate, all physical. Dragapult can go either way, but just has more physical on it. Yeah, it's a thing. The dolphin, Palafin.
Yep, Palafin. Yep.
Yep. Also punches things. So lots of physical hitters. So
a lot of punchy boys. A lot of punchy boys.
Okay, maybe it's not a waste of an item to have on a Moongus with Rocky Helmet, but it's stupid mouse. Okay, what else have you ran? Let's get off this mouse.
Yes, off the mouse. Goldingo.
Goldingo is super popular as well.
It is. It is super good. I remember when I first saw the move, I didn't realize it was a spread move.
To
make it rain.
So make it rain, which
great name.
Yep, just fantastic. Yeah, make it rain, and then yes, it's 120 base power.
120 base power.
Special steel type move, but it does lower your special attack by one stage. One stage.
Just by one. Yep. Yeah, so it's not like Draco where it lowers two. And it's 100% accurate.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
But yeah, and hits both sides. Yeah, it's strong.
Yeah,
Goldingo is very strong.
Terra Steel. That's a pretty popular.
Yeah, I've had Terra Steel. I've gotten wrecked by a Terra Fairy running Dazzling Gleam.
Ooh.
And so this is going to be a common theme, and why one of the first things I mentioned at the start of this was Hariyama.
Mm-hmm.
I run Hariyama almost into everything in this format because everything is a spread move.
Yeah, so you have a wide guard.
Wide guard. You will wreck people on ladder sometimes. Like
they won't have tracks.
Yeah, they won't have an answer for wide guard. So
it's fair. That could be it.
Yeah, so that's almost a must for me whenever I start team building into this. I see some people ran wide guard in that format too. But yeah. So yeah, Goldingo is super good though, and its ability, it can't be status, so it can't be. It can't go to sleep. It can't be put to sleep. It can't be taunted or anything. Like you can't do anything to it. Does like slow it down other than just knock it out.
Yeah, when I first saw Gimmighoul, its two forms, and then Goldingo, I was like, I had reservations, but it's actually climbing. I mean, it's obviously very popular, but I actually kind of like it a lot.
Oh, I love it.
It's a cool Pokemon, more than I thought it was going to be.
I love it. So some of the stats, it doesn't have the best speed. It's got 84 speed, but it's got 133 special attack.
Yeah, it's a strong boy.
Yeah, very strong.
You give it Tailwind, you give it some sort of speed controller assistance, Wash, Thunder, Wave,
some decent
whatever.
bulk. It's got 87 HP, 95 defense, and 91 special defense. Like
it can
and immune to all status moves. So
you're not getting
great.
burned.
I think it's
you're
great.
not getting
no sleep, no paralysis,
sleep, no freeze.
No confusion, no taunt, no.
I
nothing.
lost a game on Showdown on ladder earlier today because of freeze. I had an Indeedee.
Oh.
It was frozen for 7 turns straight.
Oh, that's rough. That's always one of the times it's like, yep, that game wasn't yours.
Yeah, I put that.
But you keep playing because you could always wake up or defrost. You can always
I should have switched it out. I should have done something, but I was like, I'm gonna defrost this turn, so I'm gonna hit follow me, and then I don't, and I'm like, everything next to it is just dying now because it doesn't have the support I wanted it to. I have the replay on in the Discord. One of them, I mentioned it. It was disgusting to watch. It was like turn 1 or turn 2 freeze. I'm like, oh, dang it, because it was like an Obama snow blizzard. Got me. Wow. And I was like, really? Like that's like a 10% chance, 20% chance,
something like that.
It's low.
It's low. Freeze is always low.
Come on. Anyway. Yeah, just, normal hacks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Murkrow is super good too right now, but that's our only Prankster Tailwind.
But
so of course it's going to be good.
And other things too. Prankster, Tailwind, Quash, Haze. It has so much good support for
it would have been good in Sword and Shield. If it would have been in Sword and Shield, it would have been up there with Whimsicott, probably. It would have. They're similar. But
I was really sad.
In ways, it might be better than Whimsicott in some ways, especially with Covert Cloak. I love that item. That is.
Are you running Murkrow with Covert Cloak?
Usually.
I've been running mine with Focus Sash.
Yeah, that Focus Sash works too.
It's a frail verb.
It is. Covert Cloak just guarantees you get the Tailwind up or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
So I've also learned some things I didn't consider of Covert Cloak other than just flinches too. So I was running one on an Armor Rouge team. I was running on the Armor Rouge, and it blocks the Snarl special attack drops. It's all secondary effects.
Oh, so were you running it on your Armor Rouge?
Yeah. So I was running on it, and I was getting snarled. I was on Showdown, so I was just kind of like tapping through the turn. And I was like, why is my attack not going down? Or my special attack not going down? I was like, I saw my HP go down a little bit. And I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So it does. So that's also something to consider with that item.
I see. I've been running Armor Rouge. So the team I've been running today, right? So my current thing that I'm testing is Palafin, Murkrow, Goldengo, Garchomp, Indeedee, and Armor Rouge. So it kind of took a couple of different. Really, it's the two different starting options with Indeedee or Murkrow. If I'm bringing Palafin, it has to be first, right? Because of how Palafin works. Which Palafin has won me games it should not have won, which is great. So I'm pretty happy about that.
It's strong. It is. It's got some stats.
And I'm running it with Assault Vest, so it's got a little extra bulk because I'm doing Assault Vest and some HP investment, not just like partial investments. So I'm trying out. I mean, I wouldn't go far as to say calcs, but I'm trying out something different. And then
fine tuning it a little bit.
Yeah, trying. But then like if I'm bringing Indeedee and bringing Armor Rouge right for Expanding Force, I might switch to Covert Cloak because I'm running Weakness Policy, but I have procced it, I think, twice total. And I'm like, I don't ever really want Armor Rouge to get hit. So I don't want to have an item that I need to get hit for. Yeah. So like maybe it's a better move to have like Covert Cloak or something.
Yeah. And then you can, you don't have to be afraid of a fake out or a Rock Slide flinch or something like that. Like, you're going to get your Trick Room off or whatever you're trying to do. No, not Trick Room.
NDDF. Oh. Because I'm not using the broken thing, even though I want one really bad.
I know, I need to get one but it's... Oh. Are we going to talk about that first? Let's get this out of the way. Let's end it. Let's get this out of the way, and then we can move to the actual big time news. Yes. Here. We're only how many minutes into the pod right now? I don't know. Mocha's not here to keep us on time. Yeah, we don't. He's the. We don't stay on time with or without him. It's fine. Yeah. We always go over. But so in the game, Indeedee female raids, you can get them, and they will have the move Trick Room. Indeedee female does not learn Trick Room. Should not have Trick Room. Should not have Trick Room. Indeedee male can learn Trick Room naturally. Indeedee female has never been able to. It's not in its level up. It's not a TM for it. Nothing. But these are there's a glitch or whatever. There's some bug. This is the part that confuses me. This is the part that I'm very interested in. How did that get there? Right? So so I'm fine with it being on the Pokemon because we had the same situation in Sword and Shield with Drillbur. You could get a Drillbur in a raid that would have Hydro Pump. Yep. But the difference being is you try to take that onto the ladder, even though you caught it in Sword and Shield, it is perfectly legal to use the the online checker would say Drillbur does not get hydro pump.
Yep.
You can't bring that here.
Yep.
And why it's I just don't, the thing I don't understand is why the checker is not realizing that.
Yeah, so the fact that the checker doesn't realize it, the fact that it exists, because was the Drillbur thing a thing they announced and talked about at some point, or was it just always
they patched it right away?
Okay.
Yeah,
So that wasn't on purpose
they did
either.
do a hot fix. They did a hot fix for it. So,
But my assumption is that they had to have done some recoding of Pokemon and their moves for this game.
yeah.
So they're not just porting Pokemon from Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I think
skipping over the software engineering stuff that I could talk about. It's wild to me that they wouldn't just, I don't know, be able to copy and paste almost. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it almost, like, I will say, I feel like these games almost feel like they were built ground up. Like, they didn't really, like, it doesn't really feel like they use Sword and Shield much as a basis.
Or they did it with, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean, though? It has a whole different feel, like just the way it works, it's got a different feel to it.
I will accept that the game feels different. Whatever that means. Yeah. Yes, I agree. No, it's interesting though. So that's the thing. You can get and use, and I think in
it will let you bring it on the ladder.
And they'll let you bring it in tournaments. Some TOs at the what just happened? Something just happened.
It was a side event.
It was at a side event, yeah. So, but they still had TOs running it, and the judges they accepted it.
Yeah, which
what was this past weekend? Dang it! It was was it Liverpool? No, that doesn't sound right. This is gonna bug me until I figure it out. Championship series. Bring up the thing. Where are you? Give me. Oh my gosh! Give me the list. Regional championships. Oh, Toronto. It was Toronto. I saw.
Oh, Toronto. Yeah. Because everybody's going to Toronto.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's all right. It's too late.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Toronto. Which did not have VG. That just had TCG and Go. Side event. It was allowed. So. Is that just a thing we have to accept? I don't know. I don't think it's on Showdown.
I'm hoping
right?
we get. Yeah, you can use it on Showdown now. They added
it. Okay. Cool.
Yep. The only thing I'm wondering though is if like maybe they're not really caring because it was a side event. So
for the judges,
play
maybe.
Pokemon didn't really play. Pokemon hasn't really like officially said anything. Maybe whenever when San Diego comes around, maybe they'll say something, or they'll do another hot fix or something, or actually make sure the online checker is working properly. Yeah, maybe.
I mean that would be ideal.
Because that's the only thing that like worries me with that is like what else could you get through then? Like could you actually, like, people worried about Gendabons being hacked? Like could you actually hack something in that's illegal? Like fully, like illegal movesets, illegal stats, like
right? Because that correct.
And would it get through?
You can do
like
that.
That's a lot more worrisome than a Trick Room and DD if
that would be,
if it's actually a problem with the online checker.
And if it's not checked that way, it's if you're not just completely over steroiding your Pokemon with genning them or hacking them. It could be harder to tell too.
Yeah.
If you just give your Indeedee 20 more base HP, people might not notice. I don't know. If you're not streamed, for sure, you don't have those numbers on a screen. So, yeah, that can be a problem if it's not working right.
Yeah. So hopefully that gets fixed. But but go get you one if you want one. You can get them in raids. Go find an Indeedee raid.
Yeah, I'm definitely
before they hot patch. Like I kept my Drillbur with it sitting in home right now with its hydro pump.
I think I have one. I want to say I got one of those.
I just had to get one just for the collection.
Sure. But yeah, I know we were talking about it in our one of our Discords. It's like, hey, if anyone finds one of these, ping everyone so we can get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on ladder and stuff? Oh,
Not really.
They had the 1.1.0 patch. That's the thing that happened.
Oh,
to allow this, us to
Series
do this
1.
thing, Series 1.
Yeah.
So the big news there, not only did they open up ranked ladder on cart, Series 1, all that fun stuff, but they did acknowledge that there are bugs, that they're fixing it, all the issues that have people have been complaining about online and exasperating online are problems that are real, but they've acknowledged it. They're going to fix it.
Hopefully.
Well, they said they would, so take that as you will, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which is good.
As long as things are fixed before San Diego, that's I feel like that is the cutoff. Like you need to have it fixed before the actual
first
regional
official event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, the San Diego is the 6th of January, I think. It's right here. I have it on this other screen. Yes. Is the first official VG event.
So
regionals, I should say. So, got a month to fix it, y'all. And one more note on regionals. Freaking Orlando's regional is like 2 days after the new series starts.
Yep.
That's
it would be.
rough.
It would. The first regional I get to go to it'd be like that. Hey,
That's how I feel.
This is just flashbacks of the first Players Cup to me. Like,
yeah, that's
they're
terrible.
Like, here's a new format. Now play a major tournament.
They also better give us plenty of heads up of what the new series is.
Oh, it better not just shadow drop it on home. Here you go.
No. So yeah, that's fun. Okay. Let's go on to this next topic.
Yeah.
So Series 1 dropped last week. A bunch of grassroots tournaments are coming up. We are going to, I think our goal is to announce and probably start signups for the next Battle Corner next week. Probably. Wait, I said that too soon. We have things coming up next week too. Okay.
Through the power of editing, this will be said in the future.
No, I'm not. I'm way too lazy for that. But we'll come back to this thought at the end of the podcast, the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
that's a hook. That's a hook. Stay till the end.
we have things to announce. So anyway, dang it. So grassroots tournaments are coming up. We'll do a Battle Corner at some point here soon. Poke Sports doing their Liege. I think Little Roots doing their thing too, coming up. But we've had bigger events. The first major event that's come out is the Limitless Series 1 tournament, which happened this past
weekend. It was a big tournament.
Huge online tournament.
Yes.
So it had 455?
455. Yep, 455.
Yep. So first off, thank you so much to Evan and VGC Pastes for compiling this information. Go check them out, go follow them, all that fun stuff. They do way too much work.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he does one. It's going to be amazing starting a new generation off with all his information and everything he does. Yeah. He does an amazing thing.
Yep. And there's even just looking at this document right now, which is what he uses. Holy crap. It's bizarre. Just how much is here. But this single one thing that exists, Limitless S1, 450 people, 36 top cut, which is great. We got a lot of stats here. I'm not going to go over every single piece of information here because that's not exciting for audio format. But let's talk about some of the usage stats. The most popular Pokemon with the highest usage is Garchomp.
45%.
Yep, 45% usage. 208 teams out of the 455 is where he existed. Good Garchomp Landshark boy. So if you're seeing a lot of that on ladder, that's why.
Because it's good.
It's good.
It's very strong.
It is good in this format.
Is very strong.
It's fast. It's strong boy. He is and good coverage too, right? Like,
yeah,
you got options. Different cool things you can do with Terra, of course. You can has a brick break for screens, which is a thing that I forgot existed until I started using it on ladder, which is great. Then of course just powerful, Dragon Claws, Earthquakes, all that fun stuff. Yep. The next fun one is the return of the man, the myth, the legend of Moongus. That's not shocking.
Is very good.
That's not shocking at all.
It's a very good Pokemon.
Yeah, even in day 1, day 2, he's the most used support.
Yeah, he's like, it will always be, probably if it's legal.
Yep,
it'll always be up there.
And that was a 39% usage rate on Amoonguss. Following that is Goldingo. So shocking, right? Goldingo,
very strong,
very strong special attacker, right? So so far, looking at these top usage, you have half a team with a good physical sweeper, a good special sweeper, and a good support.
Yep. And the next one,
also a good support with Murkrow, right? We were just talking about him. I don't know why all these Pokemon are males to me, so whatever. Murkrow, the fancy Witchbird, is also up there, right? So it's got fantastic support, Prankster Tailwind, like I mentioned before, all that fun
another
stuff.
Prankster good moves, Haze, Taunt, Foul Play.
Oh, where's Dondozo on this list?
Down
21. So it's 21 on the ranking. With 41 usage, 41 times seen, 9% usage. I also really enjoy that there's 41 Dondozo and 42 Tatsugiri. So someone had Tatsugiri on their team and no Dondozo.
They were using it for Storm Drain, the superior ability.
Oh no, I lost him. How does this keep happening? What?
Oh, did you screw up the sheet? Oh.
Nope, you messed up.
Oh.
Your computer.
I didn't do anything. I'm going to say it's Discord. We're going to blame Discord.
I don't think it's Discord. I think it's your computer. We'll see what the recording does.
Come to my stream and donate so I can get a new computer.
Yes. Let's all fund him let's fund a new computer for Sheldon. Yeah. So I don't know what you just said, but I'm sure it was very intelligent. So hopefully the recording.
I'm sure it was.
So anyway, yeah. So that's there. And then the freaking mouse is in 22nd place with 8.7% usage and 40 times seen. Screw you. Anyways, go on.
Let's go. I was going to say, you want to round up the top 10?
Yeah.
Usage here.
Sure. Let's go through the top 10 real quick. So we stopped at Murkrow at 4. 5 is Arcanine at 27%. Grimmsnarl, 27%. Rotom Wash, kind of cool. Nice to see you again. Yeah. 23%, 24%, round up easily. Hydreigon, which I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, with 21%. Annihilate, so fun new friend there at 19.5%. And then last but not least is Gyarados at 19.5% also. And then 11 is Armarouge. I'm gonna throw out Armarouge because he's cool. But yeah, so the usage is interesting to see kind of what's there. The big things is to look at kind of the winning teams here. So
so Feedy won.
Yes. I was gonna mispronounce Feedy. Feedy Campo VGC won. Yep. He had a Cerulege.
Yeah, he won with cool. He had an interesting team when you look at the top usage and then look at his team. Like
that team has Cerulege, Murkrow, Gengar, Goldengo, Dragonite, and Hydreigon. That is a very lopsided team type-wise, coverage-wise.
Yeah. But guess what you can do?
You can tear.
Yeah. So so typing doesn't matter anymore.
So I don't forget if I said this last episode or the episode before, but everyone who's talking about this new format, this new game, all the stuff that's coming up here, the response to, that's weird, is always, well, you can Terra.
Mm-hmm.
But we also never say the flip side of that, in that you can only Terra one Pokemon per match. Right?
Yep.
So you can't have 6 Pokemon that all need a Terra type to be functional.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like triple ghost, double dragon.
Yeah, it's wild. Double dark, for what it's worth.
But I mean, that's kind of like what I've seen, like started team building into this. So it's because you can really just make up for some, deficiencies.
You can.
Sometimes you just need to just do the one sometimes.
Sure. And I think that makes sense. It's still, it's still, man, it's wild.
It's a what it is. And so the thing I will say I like about it so far is it's something you don't have to do.
Yes,
if that makes sense.
You don't have to Terra to win, unlike Dynamax, where you often have
unlike Dynamax, where you're gonna have to do it. So I actually kind of enjoyed that.
Yes,
but then again, it's also could be completely infuriating when you go to close combat something and it tears into a ghost or fairy type or something, and you're like, well, I lost.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? Like it's a cool option.
Yeah,
and you have to know how to use it correctly. Whatever.
I want to play in some best of 3. I want to do like some best of 3 with it, because I feel like that will be a lot different if you have to, like gather some information kind of thing, like because sometimes like, oh, that one got you. Well, okay, well, I know it's coming. I know what's coming now. And you're probably going to tear something else that might get me, but I know that's an option.
So to that point, what's very interesting is that we do have, this was open team sheets.
Yes.
So you did get to go and see.
They had the Terra type moves and items.
Yes. Item ability, and Terra type.
Yeah.
So I clicked on Feedy's, and I'm very confused because the Goldango does not have Terra type there.
Yeah.
Everything else does.
Yeah.
Do you just then assume that it's
steel,
one of its types?
I guess.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder if that's a...
No, because other people have other ones like... Well, okay, so there's a Murkrow. So I wonder if you don't put it, it's whatever the first type is, maybe. So like...
The default?
Yeah.
Well, not sorry. It's the default for it on like Showdown, right? Is the first type.
Yeah.
I noticed that in team building, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Either way, I don't know for dual type Pokemon. I don't know most of their first types.
Yeah, it's weird because it's not like there's a rule to it, because something could be a dark flying and another thing could be a flying dark type.
Yep. Looking at you, Murkrow. Yeah. So whatever. Anyway, open team sheets does kind of help with that a little bit, because you can expect, like, hey, if I'm going to go and close combat this Tyranitar, I see that it can be ghosts, so they can be holding that. And the flip side, too, as soon as they Terra, they can't Terra again.
Exactly.
Right? So,
that is a nice, they show their hand, so then that you don't have to worry about it elsewhere.
Yep. I think my camera just froze on a dumb face. That's going to be fun.
Oh.
Anyway.
So I've had some experience with open team sheets in like the Players' Cups, because they were open team sheet.
Yep.
And it is a little different, but I feel like it didn't change too much, because so once you're playing into something that's because right now we don't have a meta yet. Like, we're forming a meta right now.
Sure, yeah. There's a bunch of options.
Yeah. So, but once you're actually, things have kind of settled in, you're going to have the optimal way to play things. You're getting information that you knew anyway, if you have a grasp.
I mean, you're still gonna have the random offshoots, which is gonna do the same thing you're feeling now.
Yep.
Right. The annoyance of like, dang it, I didn't realize that.
The open team sheets will make it nice, but like I said, you don't usually get any kind of too crazy information.
Sure.
If that makes any sense. Like, you're not gaining a whole lot other than, okay, you won't be too surprised. You're like, okay, I don't have to worry about just whiffing because
Right.
they have something odd in alpha meta.
Yep. I mean, it's interesting. I will reserve judgment on how I feel about open team sheets after I've played in open team sheets more, especially with this.
Yeah.
So, anywho,
second place
has a more balanced looking team.
Yes.
With
Unreality.
Yep. You go through the list.
All right. So, and this is, God, I hate this thing. This was a Dondozo team with Tatsugiri, a Sylveon, Hydreigon, Armarouge, and a Meowscarada, which is interesting to see. And one thing to note, I think that's interesting with the Meowscaradas I've seen people talk about and move around, is you're not running Protean, its hidden ability. You're just running regular Overgrow. And you run a Focus Sash. So you activate the Overgrow and you're just going to hit your crit Flower Tricks harder.
That's true. Meowscarada is also pretty fast, so you can do normal damage turn 1, get hit to Focus Sash, hit like a truck turn 2.
Yep. Do 30% more. Like, you just get a life orb off of it.
Yeah,
so
that's not bad.
That's pretty interesting. But everything else is pretty basic.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Tatsugiri running Soak. That's a new one. I haven't really ever seen that. And that's actually a neat little trick to run on it.
It is. I'm also interested because you have the Armarouge here without any support, which is just not how I've been playing it. So to me, that's weird.
Yeah, but it makes sense. You can do it if you have something else threatening beside it.
I wonder, so we have the team sheets here. We don't have pastes for all of them.
Yeah, we don't have EV spreads or
so we can't see all the details.
But I also like that he was running Wide Guard on his Armarouge, which, again, I think that's something that's just so underrated just this early into it, because you're just going to get so many people by just hitting Wide Guard.
Yep.
They're going to they're going to hit like an Earthquake in a Hyper Voice or something, and they're just going to whiff completely.
Or make it rain.
Yeah.
Another big contender. So many things.
And the Dondozo 2 is the scare. I feel to me this is always the scarier because I've ran into some of these. Is a substitute.
Substitute.
And I think
Terra Grass.
With
unaware,
leftovers.
With leftovers. Dondozo is scary.
Yeah, if you're not ready for it, and it is terrifying.
Yeah, like it's. You have to have an answer to it on your team.
You do. It is something you must, and that's why Meowscarada's actually been, because of the crits.
Yep.
So you go past the defense.
Yeah, I mean you have Meowscarada
because it's good.
That.
It's good into that and Gargonicle. Because it's lets to set up Iron Defense.
Because the other one is going to be Clear Smog or Haze to help too.
Just something
to help. But
the substitute. Oh, and it just hit me all of a sudden. Substitute. Guess what? Gets rid of substitute. The Mousehold's other signature move, Tidy Up, gets rid of substitutes. If you needed it another way.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it does. It does everything. It gets rid of hazards, substitute.
I know it got rid of hazards, and does that get rid of terrain too, or no?
I don't think it gets rid of terrain.
Okay. So it's anything that's like physical on the field.
Yeah, and gives it a +1 in speed and attack. So why not? Because it needed more.
+1 attack, +1 speed, clears any substitute and hazards.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. I just did hazards.
No. So if you're having an issue with substitutes, that's another option for you.
No, don't run this mouse. I'm gonna run the mouse tomorrow on ladder on Showdown.
Oh, did you freeze?
No, you froze.
What is going on with Discord today?
I don't know, but I hear you just fine.
Whoa, you were like super speed.
That's what happens when you do it when you normally are that.
Wow, that was fun.
Yeah. Anywho, that's why when we record our audio separately.
Yes.
So that we can
smart things.
Yes. We've been around the block enough. Or I've edited enough.
So Dondozo, it's something you're going to need to be prepared for.
Yep.
It's a menace in the early meta here.
Yeah,
it really is. I hate it. I hate the whole idea of it. But good grief, that thing is. I need to play. I need to play it, and then I'm probably gonna love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because winning feels good.
I know.
So where I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Oh, I said it last time. I think the Tatsugiri Dondozo thing is really cool. You jump in, the little guy jumps into the big guy, runs him like a mech.
Yeah.
Right? Like, can't argue with it. It's the same thing. Goldango's the same thing. Goldango is a pile of coins that Gimmighoul runs like a mech.
Yeah. That's fair.
I mean, thematically the same thing, not like mechanically.
Thematically, yeah, I was about to say it. But yeah.
We got some cool Voltron-esque Pokemon this gen. Along with all of the Paradox Iron friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's neat. The other cool bit that we have in from the sheet, which we can touch on very briefly and then wrap up this episode, I think. We could discuss and kind of go over the day 1, day 2 differences, right? So like day 1, Garchomp was on top. Day 2, Goldango is actually the most used Pokemon, followed by Garchomp, right? So you have some changes there, which is pretty neat on kind of how well they do. I'm also interested in looking at the Pokemon pairings and the just team compositions that are most used, right? So the biggest pairs we have from both day 1, day 2 are Garchomp and Goldango. Shocking no one. You have the physical and special sweeper there. Following that, we just have different combinations of those in support for the most part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. A good ways down.
Yeah, Garchomp, Amoonguss, Goldango, Murkrow, Garchomp, Murkrow. And then skipping over 1, we have Garchomp, Incineroar, right? So just continuing the sweeper and support. That's on day 1. Day 2, you have Goldango, Murkrow, Goldango, Hydreigon. Interesting. Garchomp, Amoonguss, Garchomp, Murkrow, Amoonguss, Goldango. Right? It's like it's not shocking when we come down and look at this. It's pretty cool. So if you're looking for some neat core ideas, you can grab any 2 of these, basically combine them, make a core.
Yep.
And then they have the most popular, just straight up team compositions. The most
interest. Yeah, I was about to say, this is interesting to me that you have 30 people running the same team.
I was gonna say, because it goes, the numbers on these team comps goes 30, pretty high, 17, okay, 14, sure, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and like it just goes down. There's how many different compositions are there? There's
300 different compositions.
So literally, if there's 300 compositions, literally 260 of them are unique.
Yep.
And then you have 30 at the top. It's like, what the heck? But that 30 usage there, 6.5% usage is Arcanine, Breloom, Murkrow, which we haven't talked about those 2 yet. Murkrow, Goldango, Garchomp, and Hydreigon. So like,
which seems like a solid team. I mean, just as far as the core, what it is.
30 people in this competition would agree with you.
Yeah. They didn't win, but
that's fair. Yeah, it's interesting. I want to know what people are doing with Breloom, right? Because
actually it came in 3rd. So.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, that comp came in 3rd.
Okay, so it's a pretty solid
Lele BK. Yeah. Yeah,
but like
definitely
Breloom
solid.
With actually that's good.
Get Spore, you get Mach Punch.
Mach Punch, Spore. Where are you? A Focus Sash Technician. Interesting. And then Bullet Seed.
That's why I was running in BDSP.
Well, I was wondering if people were trying out loaded dice.
Oh.
Because like, why not?
I
right? New toys.
I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm running it on my in-game team. It's not even Technician, but it works out quite nicely. But yeah, so it's interesting to see that. But Focus Sash isn't. That's not terrible either, right? Terra Grass.
Yeah.
Bullet Seed.
It's frail. It's a frail Pokemon though. It's really not bulky. It's not the fastest thing. I think it's base 75 speed.
If you had that right, just off the top of your head, I know you've been looking at like.
Oh, I haven't. I didn't look that up, but
we were talking the other day.
Base 70. Base 70. I was close.
You were close. I didn't even pull it up fast enough. We were talking about speed tiers the other day. No, that was today. Oh,
today. Yeah, you mentioned something today. Yeah.
I just want to see a tier list so I can just like look at it and memorize like where do you sit on this listing.
Yeah. I'm slowly getting there. Like I said, Dragapult is still your cream of the crop. It's 213 or 214, whatever it is. Is it 213?
213.
Yeah.
What I said earlier, at least.
Or maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was 214, actually.
Well, you lied to me.
213. Yeah,
okay, you didn't lie to me.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's fast boy.
Very fast.
Sheldon helps because I mouse over. Oh, you froze again. What is wrong?
I don't know, man. They're saying it's time to get off of here.
It's really bad today. You back?
I'm back. Yeah. I'm here.
Wow, this is terrible this evening.
I know.
When was the last time you restarted your laptop?
Yesterday. I mean, I just turned it on for the first time earlier. I turn it off every time I get done.
Okay. Well, then I have nothing. I have no idea.
It's old. I'll say that.
All right.
It's been through a lot. It's been to war.
That's a fair point. It has actually done that. All right, everyone, subscribe to our Patreon so that we can get Sheldon a new computer. Okay. Where were we?
Finishing up this tournament.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Like, I don't want to go over like all the stats, but it's cool to see this big of a tournament and the data we got out of it.
Yeah. This early into the format too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we didn't have this with Sword and Shield like at the start. Like, we didn't have anything like this. And
well, think about it, right? In reality, we didn't have. I mean, VGC pastes wasn't a thing. A. B. People weren't doing as much online because when Sword and Shield dropped, the pandemic hadn't happened yet.
Yep.
Right,
so
and that forced.
We were kind of
much.
forced. Yeah.
Yeah. So like this, like it's good, right? Like all the stuff that came out of it is super neat. Good testament to humanity and our willingness to do whatever we want for leisure. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, check it out. Look up VGC pastes to kind of see this document that we're looking at this whole time. Study it, see what you want to get out of that. Find some cool teams, find some cool cores, make up your own, yada yada yada. Bring it to ladder and have fun with it. Anything else we want to touch on before we move on from this?
Nah, I'm good,
before we wrap it up. Okay.
Just our announcements and call it a day.
I like it. So we have some announcements. Okay. So yes, we will start a battle corner here soon. The first one of Scarlet and Violet that we've done. We'll figure out. I mean, obviously it'll be Series 1 rules. We'll hopefully have signups and everything up by next episode. I think I think we can probably commit to that. All things aside.
Yeah.
Our next episode, however, is going to be a fun one. It's going to be another collaboration. Presuming everything works out and we're still on board, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Because they mentioned it in their most recent episode, if you listen to that today. So
hopefully I'll take that as a commitment.
We'll let you guys do the sleuthing to figure out who's what. So that'll be this recording that this weekend for next week's episode. What other fun stuff we have? Battle corner, collaboration. So we are only half joking. We are, maybe by the time this episode comes up, I'll publish the page, but we are going to start a Patreon. The goal of everything that we're doing here is just for the community, right? So if you want to support us on Patreon, all that funds, that support goes back into doing things for the battle corner, setting up cool, and if we get a cool bot for the Discord or whatever kind of those funds go towards is primarily we want to put it back into
tournament stuff. Maybe I can work on getting some merch up.
Yep. So all these things, even if it's art for the channel, right? Like different things like that. It's gonna go back into this. It's gonna go back into hopefully making a better product for all y'all listening. And really it's a thank you for that support. We want to give it back to you, right? It's gonna be Halsley numbers in the beginning, right? It's gonna be like $1 and $2 tiers just for the fun of it. We haven't completely settled on everything yet, but like until things get way out of hand, Battle Corner is gonna be free. And then just the support would be nice to give back to that competition.
And any suggestions, let us know. Anything you'd like to see as far if you have ideas for Patreon tiers or
that extends beyond Patreon too, right? That extends to
or just anything on the Discord, anything with the channel, with the show, with the podcast, just anything you'd like to hear, see.
Yep. We want to we've been talking behind the scenes about doing even going so far as to do like VGC ranked ladder videos, right? Just for the fun of it. One of the Patreon tiers we were tossing around is like maybe a team of the month type thing, where we can supply you guys with a team that one of us has been using on ladder and feeling good about or something. Different options, right? So let us know what you think. Again, if it's not by the time this episode comes up, it'll be within the next week for sure. We'll have something going for that.
I'm sure there'll be announcements in the Discord that you can click on the link below. I'm sure on YouTube, and it'll be there.
There you go, and Spotify too. I have it on. I have that link there too.
Hey, there we go.
I put it everywhere. Oh, you know what, Sheldon? I need you to yell at me.
Okay.
Yell at me to get our podcast on other platforms, right? Like Anchor has that ability. I just have to go actually make accounts on everything and link it. And there's a whole process that I've just been too lazy to do.
Yeah.
But
I know the Apple one is a pain. Like I'm pretty sure because I think you have to like apply and then they have to approve. It's like some weird.
I think it's the same for it might be worse for Apple, but there's something weird for even like Google Podcasts too. So anyway, I need to go do that. I just haven't done it yet.
All right. I'll yell at you about it later.
Perfect. So that's coming up too. If you guys want to find us on a different podcasting platform, hopefully that can come up here soon as well. Make sure you go find some cool grassroots tournaments along with the Battle Corner, so you can get some practice in. I'm excited for the Liege coming up for Pokesports' tournament. That's just me. I think you're playing in it too. I think Mocha's playing. We're all playing in it. It's just gonna be so much fun.
Oh, also the USPA is going to be starting up again at the start of the year.
Thank you. So that's another one. I
go and sign up for that.
Yep. USPA.
If you're in it's the United States Pokemon Association.
Yes.
So it's. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, you go. You've actually done it before.
Okay, so it's a team, like a VGC team kind of thing, like the Little Root Lessons draft league that we did not long ago. But so your team is your state, basically, or region, depending on how big. Some states don't have enough players, so they kind of form a region or a few states. But so it's just all the states are playing each other, so it's pretty fun.
That's pretty cool.
And you'll get to meet people in your area that you didn't know you had.
Locals.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's a good community building kind of thing. You can kind of work on the local scenes.
And by the nature of that means that if we all get in, we're all on different teams.
Yes.
So.
We are.
It'll be fun.
Going down.
We'll see about that. We'll see. So that'll be fun. So if you're interested, go sign up for that. I believe we posted it in our Discord. Maybe not. Bother us on Discord for that link if you want it. that's just more incentive to join our Discord. And then because the links, it's like a Google form sign up, I think. So I have to find it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay.
Anywho, so yeah, come bother us for that if you're interested. It'll be really fun, and hopefully we can all play each other in that. I think that's everything.
Sounds like it.
Okay, cool. So on that note, thank you all so much for hanging out. Again, we'll have Mocha and some friends next week, so that'll be fun.
Yay.
And then I think that means actually in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, when it's just the three of us again, we'll do our spoiler episode.
All right.
Let's talk about the story, because that's almost a month. That's at least a month of the game being out, so plenty of time, hopefully, to go over that, and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to RobKTA and Game Chops, the use for our theme song Goldenrod Game Corner off of the Ultraball album. It's super cool. I've been Harrison. You can find me on the internet as Ixen, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. At some point, I'll get back to normal streaming schedule. I haven't figured that out yet with my new work, so that's a different story.
It's a good excuse.
Excuse me? Excuse me. Just because you've streamed in the past 2 weeks doesn't make you the guy who can come bother me about not streaming, Mr. I didn't stream for like 17 months before that.
Shh. It's all about recency bias here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to get back to it. Actually, don't forget that this weekend is so the day you listen to this, the day this comes out, and the next 3 or 4 days after that is the last chance to do that Charizard raid.
Yeah, get on them.
Which I'm gonna try and stream this weekend. We'll see if I can actually do that.
The glitchy, those Terra raid battles are the worst.
Yeah, I've had mixed success.
I just mash buttons. I don't know what's going on. I just mash buttons.
The timing's really weird. Like I like the asynchronous timing, but it doesn't work out that well. Anyway, hopefully you can find that. We can hang out and do some Terra raid battles on stream at twitch.tv/Roixen. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Sheldon. You can find me on the interwebs at Captain Unova on Twitch and Captain_Unova on Twitter.
I figured if I can mess up the beginning, I can mess up the outro as well for that transition. Anyway, we've been the Game Corner. You can find us at Game Corner VGC on Twitter. You can find us in Discord and the link down below. You can find us on YouTube and Spotify. Wherever you're listening to this right now, you can find, I guess, the other one if you wanted to. All those links and more are down below. Rowan stuff is down there too. We don't want to leave him out just because he's not here. Rowan. But Rowan W. Hall, Rowan
on Rowan W. Hall on
Rowan W.
YouTube
Hall
and Twitter.
Well, no, one's different. Hold on.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I think it's Rowan Hall on oh gosh.
Rowan W. Hall's YouTube, I know.
Yeah, and Rowan Hall is his Twitter.
Rowan Hall.
Yeah, we know this.
No,
yeah,
Rowan W. Hall's on Twitter. Yeah, Rowan W. Hall.
Then Rowan Hall is YouTube. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Rowan W. Hall.
It doesn't matter.
I'm looking at it right now.
Fine. His stuff's down below. and we know it by heart because he's a good friend of ours. All right. We've been the Game Corner. Until next time, press start and game on. Bye.